Today, we are diving deep into one of the most pivotal scenes in all of Shakespeare. It's the moment a revolution starts to turn on itself. We're talking about Act 4, Scene 3 of Julius Caesar, where the alliance that killed a tyrant begins to completely unravel, setting the stage for their tragic downfall.
So what does happen? That's really the core question here. You've got these men who came together for this one huge, world-changing act, and now they're at each other's throats. All their high-minded ideals are about to smash head-on into the brutal reality of war, ambition, and just crushing personal grief.
All right, so let's set the scene. Picture this. We're in a tense military camp out in Sardis. The air is absolutely electric with the stress of war. And it's here, in his own tent, where you'd think he'd be safe, that Brutus is about to face off, not with the enemy, but with his closest partner in crime, Cassius.
And let me be clear, this is not just some friendly disagreement over strategy. No. This is a deep, fundamental crack forming in the very foundation of their rebellion. The bond that held this whole thing together is about to be stretched to its absolute breaking point.
This brings us to what's famously known as the Great Quarrel. And what's so brilliant about it is how it starts as this seemingly small argument, but it just spirals out of control into this massive clash of personalities, of principles, all while their cause is basically crumbling around them.
So here's where it all boils over. Brutus, ever the idealist, straight up accuses Cassius of being corrupt, of having an itching palm, as he calls it, taking bribes, and even holding back money that was meant for their own soldiers. For Cassius, this is just a knife to the heart. His honor is everything to him, and to have Brutus, his friend, question it like this, it's devastating. The fight gets incredibly ugly. I mean, really personal. But just when you think they're about to come to blows, they pull back from the brink. They have this moment of clarity where they realize, hey, if we let this tear us apart, we've already lost. So they choose to patch things up. For now, anyway. So you think the storm has passed, right? You can breathe a sigh of relief. Nope. Shakespeare immediately hits us with something even more gut-wrenching. The political drama is over, and now a profound personal tragedy takes center stage. You know, after that big blow-up, with the air still heavy, Cassius looks at Brutus and just knows something else is wrong. He can see that Brutus is carrying a weight that has nothing to do with their argument. And he's right. And then the awful truth comes out. Portia is dead. Distraught over Brutus's absence and the chaos of the war, she took her own life by swallowing fire. It's just horrific. And you realize this is the silent, crushing burden Brutus has been carrying through that entire screaming match. And this right here, this is Brutus in a nutshell. It gets to the core of his philosophy, stoicism. The whole idea is to endure whatever life throws at you without complaint, without showing emotion. So he's bearing this unimaginable grief to project strength, to be the unwavering leader. But my gosh, it just shows you the immense personal cost of his actions. But this is war. There is literally no time to grieve. With the news of his wife's death still hanging heavy in the air, Brutus has to immediately pivot to military strategy. And the choice they're about to make, well, it's going to seal their fate. Okay, so the debate is critical. Cassius, the more experienced soldier, makes a very logical case. He says, let's stay put. Let Antony and Octavius's army wear themselves out coming to us. It's a solid plan. But Brutus, maybe driven by grief, maybe just desperate to push forward, he completely overrules him. He insists they have to march to Philippi and meet the enemy head-on. Cassius knows it's a mistake. You can feel it. But he gives in to Brutus. And that decision, that's the fatal error. And just when you think things can't possibly get any darker, the scene takes one final, absolutely chilling turn. The world of war and politics is about to collide with the supernatural. So, later that night, after everyone is gone, Brutus is finally alone. It's quiet, he's surrounded by his grief and the incredible weight of his decisions. He is completely exhausted and vulnerable. But then, as a monstrous apparition slowly enters his tent, he realizes he is no longer alone. It's the ghost of Caesar, the man he murdered. And the ghost doesn't say much. It doesn't have to. It delivers this one cold, terrifying promise. This isn't just a haunting. It's an appointment. Caesar's spirit is telling him, I'll be waiting for you on the battlefield. I mean, talk about foreshadowing. This is it. The ghost appearance is basically fate itself showing up to tap Brutus on the shoulder. It confirms that his decision to march to Philippi isn't just a strategic mistake. It's him literally walking towards his own destruction. So just think about everything that Shakespeare packs into this one scene. The Central Alliance is shattered and then hastily put back together. A fatal military blunder is made. Brutus's stoic philosophy is pushed to its absolute limit. And then a ghost shows up to seal their doom. This is the beginning of the end. It's the exact moment where personal flaws and inescapable fate collide.
Which leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? Who is Brutus really? Is he this noble hero, the noblest Roman of them all, whose own rigid sense of honor and a few bad calls lead to his downfall? Or was he doomed from the second he killed Caesar, just a man playing his part in a tragedy that was already written? The answer? Well, it's somewhere in the shadows of that lonely town.